Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. It's time for the weekly weigh-in meeting topic for WW. I'm not really enjoying these meeting topics. You know this. I struggle every week. I may have to stop doing these. I don't know. I know you guys love them. That is the only reason I do them. I do them for you because I love you guys. So this is for you. How did your week go, D? Well, I had a hot weekend last week. I'm going to wait on Saturdays again in case you missed that memo. Plus, it worked out great last week because we ate out Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was our Cinco de Mayo celebration with our peeps. And Sunday, my son had a little, he's in graduating college, and we had to go up there for a senior mass. He goes to Seton Hall University, and that was their senior mass. So they had a little lunch. Or no, dinner. It was dinner for us. So again, you don't know what you're going to eat. So you kind of try to plan as best you can. And I had dessert both those days. Well, I didn't plan on dessert on Saturday. Though my dinner was really good. I had it was called Mexican shrimp. And it had peppers and onions and like a tomato-based sauce. And I had beans and rice. So my dinner, and it came with tortillas. So I thought my dinner was really on point. And we wound up going out, and actually our appetizer wasn't too bad either. They didn't put chips and salsa on the table. That was my salvation. Yeah, I guess you go to the more, they don't put that on the table. It's not like Chi-Chi's and Don Pablo's where they stick bowls of chips. I was like, this was more like an authentic Mexican restaurant. It was delicious. It's very local to us. We'll probably go back there again. So I was so happy because I have no control over chips. I am Denise and I eat way too many chips at a Mexican restaurant. So that was, I was sweating the whole time thinking, because I know me, and I know I can't stop. But they didn't do it, so that was so good. We shared a plate of nachos, but we all had it. So it was kind of like, it's not like I could eat as much as I want because I'm sharing it between, how many people were there? 6 of us. So, and we did sangria tasting. I did a 6 sangria flight. Wound up being, there were ounce pours, so I had 6. So it was 6 ounces, which I could point that out, which was great. So I had that because, it's a celebration. We're going out. I don't get to taste sangria. So at first I wasn't going to do it. And I thought, I was worried about dinner. I'm thinking to myself, why? It's not like you get out for sangria tasting all the time. So you know what? It's 1 ounce pours and you get 6. I thought, you know what? You gotta live. You have to live. And I preach this, so I got to practice what I preach. It's a lifestyle, not a diet. So when I'm out and there's sangria to be tasted, so I had that. And then we wound up going out for ice cream, which was very unplanned because there's a local, not too far from where we had dinner, they make homemade ice cream. And it is so good. And we don't often get there. I can't remember the last time we were there, quite honestly. So when we suggested it and the couple hadn't been there, one of our couples, and the other couple had, and they're like, yeah, let's go, Latteria. I'm like, okay. Again, I'm going to sit there and say no. I'm thinking, as I'm driving up, I'm thinking, they have extra smalls. You don't have to get a big scoop of ice cream. So I was like, okay, you're right. I'm talking to myself like, you got to think of portions. It's not the food we eat. Sometimes it's the amount of food we eat. So they're known for their boozy ice creams. Sometimes I don't like the flavors, and this time they had bourbon, maple, bacon, pecan. I love all 4. I'm like, bourbon, maple, pecan. Yeah. So they don't give tastings out. You should be able to taste them, but with COVID they don't do that. I get that. So I said, okay, I'll go for it. I got an extra small. I'm telling you, it is a legit perfect amount. It's just enough. It was amazing. My only complaint, not being nitpicky, there's not too much bacon. I know, if there could be too much bacon. I just felt like there was, maybe in my scoop there just had to be too much bacon, but I thought, you know what? It was good. And then Sunday we went to Mass, and then we had breakfast here. We had lunch. I just brought snacks in the car because we had to leave. And I had a banana. I always have that's like a great trick. If you're not sure, a banana 0 points and it's quite filling. So that's what I do a lot of times when I don't know. I grab a banana and my bar. They had dinner there, and I know the choices. We didn't know till we got there, and they had salmon. I was like, so happy. salmon, and they had like 3 potatoes and a lot of green beans, and they had salad, and it was a pasta course, but you know, it was a pasta course, not my side of pasta. So yes, and I had a roll. I thought to myself, I have enough points. You know, with having the salmon and the green beans and a little bit of potatoes, I have enough points to have a roll. So I was good. And victory, I didn't have the second roll when she came and offered it. I'm like, no, I'm good, thank you. And then they had a sheet cake. Now I thought, I'm honestly satisfied. I don't really need, you know, but they bring it around anyway because, you know, and I thought, I'll just give it to one of the boys. Well, she put it down. It was like the smallest piece. If I had to cut myself a piece, I would have cut it bigger. So that was a win. It was tiny, but it had like a custard and it had strawberries and bananas. It was something like an Italian cream cake. I know I was waiting way too much time talking about this, but there's a reason. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to have this because the size of it was so, like I said, I would have cut myself a bigger piece, and had a little bit of vanilla ice cream. Like I said, luckily it was a tablespoon. So I thought, I'm having it. You know, it just looked good. I've never had a cake like that in a long time. So I had that. It was so good. So I was kind of going into the week thinking, wow, if you had dessert twice, that's a bit crazy. So I just have to, you know, behave, you know. And then we had Cinco de Mayo at our house, our usual with my boys and me. And I planned a really basic Cinco de Mayo. I made Pound Roppers taco cups with ground chicken instead of the beef. And I made sheet pan chicken fajitas in the oven with peppers, onions, chicken. I even put some zucchini. I had my little 1 point low carb Mr. Tortilla wraps. Love those. I do have a discount code if you're interested in those. They're you can afford the little taco size for 1 point. They're fabulous. Can't recommend them enough. They hold up well because I stuff mine because, you know, I'm going to have 4. They're going to be 4. They're fantastic. So if you haven't seen what I eat in a day, you see my tacos, go check it out. So I had that, and I bought flan for them at the store. We have our local store has a nice and really good ethnic section. So I bought them a flan, and I thought I would make my 1 point banana flan. And if I remember to link that here, I will because it's 1 point. So I thought I could make that, and I made it. And my husband goes, "What are you eating?" I said, "I made my own banana flan for 1." So I said, "Do me a favor, taste it because I like it," and because he had the regular flan. So he went, "This is better than my flan." And I thought, I know, it was damn good for 1 sticking point. So I was totally stoked, but it was dessert nonetheless. It's still calories, but you know, I definitely had, you know, planned the rest of the week around the weekend and just kept it in check. So long story short, it was Teacher Appreciation Week. I love my kids. I love my parents, but God, you got to stop with the cookies and the candy and the donuts. Yeah, it's been a hard week at school. And we had breakfast yesterday at school. They bought us breakfast. It was bagels from Panera Bread and Danish. And I went in because nobody buys you breakfast often. So when somebody buys you breakfast, you sit there and you do the best you can. So I had it was a whole grain flat because I went on their website. So it was 5 points. They had fruit. So I had that. So I was good. I thought, I'm not going to not eat because people always look at you for not to eat. And you have to eat. You can't sit there and stare or not go down, you know? It's a lifestyle. So in a lifestyle, I make adjustments. But let's get to the weigh-in. With all that, I stepped on the scale and I lost. I know. I was a bit shocked myself. I was hoping to like gain 0.2 or 0.4. That would have been a win for me. I am down, I think, 0.6. I'm shocked. After 8 minutes of all that, you finally get to hear my weigh-in. I'm back in the 150s. Yay. I'm a little bit excited, but it just goes to show that sometimes eating out isn't detrimental if you eat properly. You know, and plus my body's used to eating decent amount of food at, 0 point foods so it all worked out. So, all right, let's get to the meeting topic du jour because I need to get things done today. I can talk here forever. All right, weekly technique, May 2nd. If you didn't know, the weekly techniques are on your app and in your on your account on Weight Watchers. If you didn't know, they don't email them anymore. I'm not sure why, but I just noticed I don't get them in the last few weeks. But they are on your app. In case you don't like what I have to say. How literally changing your brain can bring you closer to your goals. I didn't even know what that was going to be. And I changed my brain. I legit realized that I am not on a diet. I eat really good foods in smaller amounts. It can be done. It can be done. Doesn't matter what food you're eating. You have to just add, it has to be portion size. If I can give you one thing out of this video or this today, portion control is key. It doesn't matter what you're eating. You could be eating anything, it could be the worst ingredients. If it's a small portion, you're still good. It's all about, it's all about our brain. It's all about how we perceive food. If you perceive food as something negative, it's going to have a negative effect on your body. I can consider food as positive. We need food. We have to live with food. So food is positive. I don't find any ingredient negative. I don't find any food negative. It's all about control, portion control, and control for ourselves. There's a lot of people that have a lot of issues with food, and I am not one of them, and I don't ever want to be one of them because it could happen. Definition of neuroplasticity. I hate these big words. Neuroplasticity, I think. The capacity for our brains to change based on what we do, learn, and experience. My brain has changed. I am living proof of this. It's funny that whole went into this thing and I didn't plan it that way. Love when that happens. Training your brain not to feel guilty about having dessert twice or 3 times in the same week. You can do it. You just have to be smart about it. Smart. Oh, I love that. That is great. Try this. Form and strengthen the pathways to your brain to get closer to your long-term goals. My long-term goals right now are just to be maintenance. I know I want to lose, but I've decided in the last couple of weeks that sometimes that pressure is just too much. So sometimes I'm just on trying to eat better, spread it out. I even had a macaron yesterday. And I had a piece of a brownie from a Devour Desserts company that's down the street that my little friend brought me in. You can't not have it because they're saying, no. You just have to learn control. I'm not going to eat that whole piece, but I could have a bit. I know. And again, this didn't happen for me overnight. This did not happen for me overnight. And I can't say I'm so super proud of myself that I did have it. I did control myself. But I have other people here that I could feed it out to. That helps too. Start by answering these questions. Oh, I can't see the questions. All right. What paths, think of them as actions, do you automatically take on your day-to-day life? I definitely try to figure my day that day. I don't plan ahead because I can't plan ahead. I just can't. I've tried and it doesn't work. But I definitely can plan that day and I figure out, I usually have dinner in some sort of way what I'm having, and then I can plan my day around it. Are they leading you away from your long-term goal? No. What newer paths could you build to get closer to your goal? My problem is snacking. But I try to save points now at the end of the day. I try to eat, maybe save like 2 points a day for those things that I throw in my mouth that I don't count. Jot down those new paths you could take and when you choose them instead of your old paths. Reflect on the paths you chose to help you progress. Like I always say, you have to find paths that work for you. These ideas are wonderful in theory, but we're all different and we all approach things differently. So I don't like sometimes they're so broad and just do this and this will happen. Not for everybody. You have to find a way that works for you. Like how I find things that work for me might not work for somebody else. Like there's people that won't eat certain foods because of what's in them. Honestly, anything in moderation. And I just try to keep things that way. Do I overindulge in anything? No. Do I underindulge in anything? No. I try to keep it in moderation. I tell people this all the time. Do I have treats every day? No, I don't. I try because I don't want to be the person that always looks for a treat every day. There's several days a week, I have that I will have that treat and I will enjoy that treat. But there's just things in life that come up, so you have to adjust. You have to sit there and not feel bad about it. You have to go with the flow. Like this weekend, I didn't know what was going to happen. I did plan my dinner because I knew where we were going. So I did know what I was going to have, the Mexican shrimp, but I planned the rest of my day around that. Did I plan on having the sangria? I didn't. that doesn't mean I wasn't going to have it. Like I said, you have to sit there and look at it. I wasn't going to have it until she said there were 1 ounce pours. So 6 ounce, hey, look at the big picture. 6 ounces of that wasn't that bad. That's like a regular glass of wine. So I basically only had a glass of wine. So yeah, that's not bad. So you have to like weigh and measure food and weigh and measure what you're doing versus what you're not doing, if that makes sense. Start by answering these questions. What paths do you automatically take in your day-to-day life? Are they leading you down for your long-term goals? What newer paths could you build to get closer to your goals? Jot them down. I love this jot this down. We don't have time to write. It's basically, what do I need to do to enjoy my life, enjoy my food, and get through the day? That's my paths, It's just, they're simple paths. They're not complicated, this neuroplasticity stuff. I don't complicate things. It's basic. I need to reach 23 points a day. What can I make that's going to get me there? That's not going to break my point bank. That's not going to throw me off kilter. That's not going to throw me into, I need to eat more of this. Like sometimes certain snacks. Hence why I love pre-portioned things. Some people will go into another bag. I won't. That's why I love these, because I've gotten to the place where one bag, I'm not opening another bag. I don't like big bags because, yeah, I will go back. It's just who I am. And I know this. So sometimes I'll have somebody else. I'll say, can you put 23 chips on here? This way I don't have to go near them. And they're here on my plate and the bag is somewhere else. I don't keep anything in front of me. The things that cause me to eat more are not in my general eye view. If I see them, then I think about them. But if they're put away, I forget that they're there. You can't keep things. I mean, I'm not that good where it's sitting in front of me. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, it's sitting in front of me. I stare at it and I dream about it and I crave it. So with retraining your brain to sit there, for me, I want to get out of this, retraining my brain to know that one portion is plenty, that I can eat things in proportion to their size, like in a workable number. Like I can't have all the lunch meat and just throw it on there. I have to look and see how much a portion is. As much as I love to sit there and just randomly throw it, it's just turkey, but you have to sit there and then that the 3 slices is 1 point or 0 points. So I have the 0 point amount of everything. If you see my oatmeal, I have a 0 point amount of pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, crushed hemp. All are 0 points. Is it enough? I think so. But, you might say, well, I would love to have another teaspoon. Be happy that you have a teaspoon and not think about what I want, because eventually you will look forward to that and it'll be enough. Like I stop thinking of what I can, what I want, and look at what I can have. And what I can have is fabulous and fantastic. And my husband said, and I will go back to dinner, that was one of the best Cinco de Mayos you've ever had, because the food was great. And was it pointed? No. My chicken was 0, my peppers, my onions, my zucchini was 0. My taco cups, I lowered them by using ground chicken. So those taco cups, she had them done at 2 points each. I would bet that mine were 1 point each. They were fantastic. And I even said to Pound Dropper, I messaged her and said, these were fantastic. And they looked delicious. They were phenomenal. And I will definitely be making all sorts of things with those in those cups, like pies and other kinds of fun things, because everybody loved them. And that's the best thing of all. Everybody ate Weight Watcher food. Not one person said, oh, I wish you made this, or you wish you weighed that. They loved everything. So just because it's light or Weight Watcher-fied doesn't mean it's bad. We have it in our head that if it's not heavy and creamy and cheesy, that they're not going to eat it. Nobody here but me is on a weight loss journey, though some of them should be. But they enjoyed dinner. So it can be done. You can retrain your brain to sit there and look at that. I was super excited to eat that dinner. I mean, I was supposed to make rice and beans, but I was so focused on those taco cups. And the funny part was we didn't even miss it. Like, because there was so much there. I had lettuce and tomatoes. I made my own pico de gallo. And I made my own pickled jalapenos. I need to film that. They are so good. Easy. 0 point because I use monk fruit and it's a quick pickle. It's just, again, vinegar, salt, monk fruit. You got a pickle brine and you just throw your jalapenos in there and they pickle and they're fabulous. Again, you could sit there and just adjust things. Instead of like, you'd have to pay points for them if you buy them in the jar. But I made it myself. It took me 2 seconds. It took me longer to swish this monk fruit. Cut the jalapeno. It was done in minutes. And we have them all the time. Every time I see jalapenos, I grab a couple and we pickle them, and they stay in the fridge for several weeks. I mean, I had some fresh avocado. We use non-fat Greek yogurt. It's just was, I can't tell you. I mean, if you watch next week what I eat today, you'll see, sorry, my dinner. I use my little, oh my God, I have no voice today. It's the morning. I apologize. You could retrain your brain. You could retrain your brain to stop thinking about what you're missing out and enjoy what you're eating. That is the bottom line for this plan. People think, oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. But look at what you can have. It is so good and so yummy. And you can fit in those like desserts. Portions. That is, if one thing you get out of this video, it's portions. That is, that is the secret. Weighing and measuring and portion size. It's just key. It's key to my journey. I eat pretty much everything, but I don't have as much as I used to have. Bottom line, you can't. So yeah, I don't know how well this topic resonated with you guys, but it's what I took out of it. So what is the recipe du jour? Let us look. Chocolate chip cherry biscotti. Don't like cherries. Like chocolate chips. I make biscottis. I haven't made biscottis. Did I make biscottis this year? I made them last year. I don't know if I made biscottis are the easiest cookie to make. Little time consuming because it's a double bake, but and they probably would be a little point because you bake them in a loaf, like a wide loaf, and then you cut them and then you side them and toast both sides. So they're probably not too bad in points. What are these points? Let's say 4 points. Is that for a cookie? 1 cookie. What's in there? Flour, baking powder, salt, egg beaten, 2/3 cup of sugar, canola oil, 1 tablespoon canola oil, that much. Mini chocolate chips. See, the standard biscotti, being Italian, is pistachio and cranberry. That's what I've made, and you could do add some chocolate chips in there. A little less pistachio and some craisins. So good. If you've not made those, maybe I should show you my recipe. It's the best. And it's just so easy. But the key, you gotta have a serrated knife. Oh, knives are huge. All right, I've talked long way. 22 minutes. This is the longest video I've done for weigh-in in a long time. I have a lot to say. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please give it you sat to the end. Please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of this. And have a great rest of your day. Let me know how your week went. I want to hear it in the comment section. I can't believe I had a loss. I am utterly stunned. But I can't go celebrate. See, there's my problem. Those macaroons are still up there. Those rest of those little squares are still up there. Can't go up there and say, oh, well, I'll have to wait till next Saturday. I'm going to have one. It's going to be hard. People, it's going to be hard. But do the best you can. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Have a great rest of your day. I think I even already subscribed to my channel. There's a subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of the Dish with D community. Have a great night, and we will dish another day, folks. Ta-ta.